On a winter night, our story begins with a guy on a dinner date with the girl of his dreams, Ari, very eager to clap her cheeks tonight. Like most other men of culture, he can hardly focus on the face. After working up the courage to ask her to be his girlfriend, she revealed she had already committed to someone else for the past 5 years. His name is Yoshida, and he isn't getting any bitches tonight. Feeling dejected, he turned to his friend for consolation. He vented his frustration that Ari had not disclosed her relationship sooner. As the night grew late, his friend headed home, leaving Yoshida to wander back alone, simmering in disappointment with Ari. Strolling along, Yoshida noticed a lone girl sitting beneath a street lamp. Concerned for her safety out so late, he approached and inquired why she lingered there. She says that no more trains were running. Surprised, Yoshida asked if she planned to stay all night. The girl smiled and proposed staying at his place instead. Addressing him formally as Mr., he wonders what sort of girl would accept a stranger's lodging offer. She then confessed to having nowhere to go and no money for a room. Shocked by this, Yoshida wonders whether she expected free accommodation. To his astonishment, the girl offered to make love with him in return for shelter. Alarmed, Yoshida wondered if girls today were all like this, or if she was the one with the screw loose. He declines, passing it off as an expensive joke. Even though bro wanted to clap some cheeks, his cheeks wouldn't be safe if he's caught and thrown in jail. The girl insisted Yoshida should let her stay gratis, never mind his messy apartment. Yoshida felt no obligation to humor her. He planned to eject her promptly the next morning. Retiring to bed, he left her to her own devices. Yet she began disrobing, asking if he wanted to grab some melons first. Yoshida refused, saying he's attracted to mature women only. Undeterred, the girl offered to serve him in any way. He sleepily said it would be nice if he could get a homemade miso soup, and dozed off, leaving the girl alone with her thoughts. He wakes up in the morning with a bad headache from drinking yesterday, but gets shocked to see the teenage girl cooking in his kitchen with no recollection of the events that happened the night before, freaking out, fearing the FBI is already onto him. But she told him not to worry yet, as he was too much of a wuss to do anything. The high schooler then asks for his name, which he responds is Yoshida. She then insisted he slurps down some miso, even though her forwardness ticked Yoshida off. Yosh got to admit, though, that soup did hit the spot. This girl then somehow knew about his dream girl Ari, asking if he'd have preferred Ari's cooking instead. Bro was shocked for a hot second before she revealed that this dude talks major game about Ari's bodaciously in his sleep. The high schooler then shot her shot, offering to help Yoshida blow off some steam if you catch my drift. But our Yoshida is too much of a Chad to fall for those FBI's entrapment schemes, saying he only likes mature women. Nevertheless, she begins disrobing, revealing she's not just some kid either. Stunned though, Yoshida got his priorities, saying Ari's still got her beat by at least 2 cups, although he wished he could have confirmed physically. But the girl's ready for all the smoke, saying something, "A single apple you got in your hand is better than a whole promised orchard, bro." Yoshida wondered if she had a crush on him, but the only thing she was crushing on was the possibility of that happening. Though she is curious why he wouldn't just have his way with her when the others she has met before did so in a heartbeat. Finally understanding, Yoshida grabs her and demands her real name. She mentions her name, which is Seiyu, and her student ID indicates her hometown is pretty far away. Yoshida asks when she left home, and she admits that it's been 6 months on the run. She insists her family is better off without her. Yoshida then asks her how she plans on surviving with any money or shelter, but it seems like she is planning to pull off the same spend the night with strangers she did with him. He tells her to get a job, but of course, it's not easy for a high school dropout to get a job that would pay the bills. So our Chad decides to take the mantle and let her stay at his place until she outgrows her phase. He also wants her to have a normal teenage love and life without putting every guy she's with on the FBI's watch list. Yoshida knows he can't let her be too comfortable there, so he clarifies that their arrangement isn't permanent. He decides making her do chores will provide her first job experience. He also made it crystal clear that any funny business or attempts to seduce him would mean immediate eviction. No smashing for hotel stays. Ms. Jailbait reluctantly agreed to the terms.